Okay, next question is coming from Gordon. It says only certain government employees with a separate government retirement program are eligible for this increase, resulting in Social Security going bankrupt sooner, effectively resulting in the loss of Social Security earlier for those with no other retirement program when Social Security goes bankrupt. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what Gordon was saying. So as far as expediting the trust fund depletion, yes, by about 6 months. That's what we know. That's what the Congressional Budget Office has come down and let us know. However, when it comes to Social Security going bankrupt, Social Security is not going bankrupt. The trust funds are going bankrupt, or the trust funds will be depleted. Just look at it that way. Social Security will still be around. However, if we wait, it's about a 9 year, we have about 9 years, 8 to 9 years. If we wait and do nothing, then yes, the trust funds will be depleted and people receiving Social Security benefits are going to be receiving reduced benefits by about 23%. That is where we currently are with Social Security, but Social Security as a whole will still be here, okay? So I want to make that clear because there's a lot of misinformation that's going around that's saying that Social Security is going bankrupt. And a lot of it has to do with politicians that will say that. It's going bankrupt. Social Security is going bankrupt. But the reality is it's not going bankrupt. As long as we have people in the workforce paying into FICA, Social Security will be here. We need to reform Social Security and bring in more revenue. That is true, so our trust funds won't be depleted, but Social Security will still be around. And when it comes to the elimination of WEP and GPO, you have to understand, WEP and GPO were in place to reduce benefits for people who work and earn a pension. That's what they were designed for. And so the reality is, if we never had WEP or GPO, then these people would have been receiving their full benefits. But because of WEP and GPO, they were reducing their benefits for over 40 years. And so if you really want to look at things, this is not extra money. This is money that people have actually worked and paid into FICA or qualified under spousal or survivor benefits. This is money that they should have been receiving, and they weren't receiving it. So now they're going to be receiving it. And so it's not like extra money that they're just saying, okay, we're just going to give these people extra money that they're not entitled to. They're entitled to this money. And then the last part here, and I want to make sure I address this, talking about, and you were talking about no other retirement, so people who don't have another retirement plan, and all they're receiving is just Social Security. That's what they're living on. So first off, that is not recommended. So if you're in the situation, you're in the situation, but just planning before you retire, Social Security is not enough for your full retirement. It wasn't designed for your full retirement. It was designed to supplement your full retirement. And so if you're only receiving Social Security, now, in the future, my hope is that they come up with some type of solution for this. And you do have proposals that are out there. The Social Security 2100 Act, it addresses people who fall under the poverty line and brings them up to 125% of the poverty line. So it gives them a boost to their benefits. So hopefully they can address that. But when it comes to Social Security, let's be clear. Social Security is not a full 100% retirement plan. And so if you are in that situation, yes, you're going to be struggling because the program wasn't designed to give you 100% retirement. You still have to have retirement money coming from other places. And so hopefully that's clear. But in the future, I want Congress to reform Social Security because they have to. So the fact, and I keep going to this, I've talked about this before, the fact that eliminating a WEP and GPO will expedite the trust fund by, the depletion of the trust fund by 6 months, that really doesn't mean much because they need to reform Social Security anyway. And so that's something that needs to happen, and Congress needs to get on it and actually move forward with that. Okay, next comment coming from B. Espinoza, 1876. He says, can you please give us an update from January 2025 where the new law was passed? How would this affect seniors today? Now that President Biden signed it into law, is there any changes now? So we're still waiting for changes. Changes haven't happened yet. But when it comes to the elimination of WEP and GPO, that's going to impact about 3 million people receiving Social Security benefits. So it's not going to be across the board, but it will impact some of those who are receiving benefits. Currently, I have videos out right now, and I'll have some links at the end of this video so you can check them out. But I explain WEP and GPO. I explain exactly what it is, who qualifies, who doesn't qualify. I talk about the average payments that could be going out to people, talking about lump sum payments, talking about monthly payments. So I have all of that information. I can't go over it all in this video, but I do have multiple videos that address this question. And so B. Espinoza, or anyone, if you guys have questions about what WEP or GPO is, take a look at those videos and hopefully they will help you out. Okay, next question coming from Jeremiah. It says, will SSI get anything besides COLA? So as it stands right now, there are no increases or no proposals that are out there right now, or at least anything that's moving through Congress right now that addresses SSI as far as an increase. So the only increase that you're going to see at this point is COLA. In the future, we don't know. We'll have to follow Congress to see what they're going to do. So as of right now, SSI is not targeted for any type of increase. Okay, so next question says, help me understand. We give billions to foreign governments. How is it this money doesn't go to maintain Social Security for American citizens? Okay, the simple answer is the money is coming from different places. And so we have a general fund and we have money that can go out to, pay out different things and go to different countries and things like that. But then Social Security is walled off. That money is coming from FICA and it doesn't go anywhere else. It goes from your paycheck to the Social Security Administration. They put it in the trust funds and they pay out benefits. That's how the system works. And then we have money in two trust funds right now that's sitting there, about 2.6 trillion now, because it's come down a little bit. It used to be 2.7 trillion. Now it's coming down a little bit because we're taking a little bit every month to pay out benefits. And so that's where Social Security money is. Social Security money has nothing to do with the general fund. And we want to keep it that way, because if we commingle the money, that's not a good thing, because we could be in a situation where, let's say we're commingling Social Security money with the general fund and all that, and then we go to war or something really bad happens, and now we need money. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to say, well, you know what? We'll just take a little bit money from Social Security and then we'll pay it back later. But we don't want that. We want that money to be walled off. We don't want Congress to have access to that money so they can spend it on different things that they want to spend it on. And so when it comes to that money, you're talking about money that's going to these other countries. And a lot of people will say this in the comments. We're spending money in Ukraine. We're spending money here. We're spending money there. That money should go to Social Security. It can't. It's not designed that way. And the money, and honestly, the money that we're running deficits every year. For the last 20 years, we've been running a deficit. And so every year in the general fund, they're spending more than they're bringing in. And so that issue needs to be addressed as far as our deficit spending. But when it comes to Social Security, just be clear, that money is only for Social Security. Social Security and Medicare, it's only for those programs. It's not for anything else. Now, you are going to hear politicians try to confuse you. They're going to try to make it sound like, you know what, the big problem is Social Security and Medicare. We spend too much money on Social Security and Medicare. But what they don't tell you is FICA and the trust funds, they're taking care of Social Security. And the trust funds are also taking care of Medicare. They're not telling you that. All they're saying is, we spend all this money on Social Security, but they don't tell you how it's funded. And it's not funded through the same method. When you work and you pay your taxes, your income taxes, that money goes to the general fund, unless it's Social Security. Social Security goes back to the trust funds. But when it comes to the average person, they're paying their income taxes, and that money is going to the general fund. That's the money that goes out to other countries. But when it comes to Social Security, it's a different bank. So hopefully that answers your question. And so those are the latest questions that you guys had for me. Hopefully that answered your question. If it did not, please post your comment in the comment section. If you have a question, post in the comment. If you have a concern, also post in the comments. Remember, you can follow me on Blue Sky. I'll have a link in the comment section. It'll be pinned at the very, very top. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.